gotta move! He's gonna blow the columns! My God! No!
If you are one of us, help us.
Okay, the movie Avatar may quite possibly become the biggest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, and it's nominated for 4 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Picture, and it has stunned audiences worldwide.
Chris Harrison sat down with one of the star's CCH Pounder earlier this week.
Joining me now, the beautiful CCH Pounder who plays the Queen of the Na'vi in this low-budget independent film called Avatar. I don't know if anyone's seen it. It's on its way. It's already one of the highest-grossing films. Probably will be the highest-grossing film.
Week 4. Amazing.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing. Jim's got to be beside himself.
James Cameron, of course, who had this other small film called Titanic, so he has a pretty good track record. But let me ask you, you and Sigourney Weaver, you're good to bounce this off. You've done a lot. You're a veteran in this business. When you were in the middle of this, did it feel that big? I mean, I'm guessing you knew the budget, but did you think this is going to be huge?
No, but not in that kind of way. It felt so different, so cutting edge. I remember there was a moment we were working together, and we had that look at each other, kind of like, something different about this, girlfriend. There is something really, really different. And there was that moment of recognition where the story is really important, but it's surrounded by this whole other ball game.
And I want to talk about that other ball game because James Cameron has said he had to wait on technology to catch up to this story. He for like a decade he's had this movie, but he wanted to wait for the right time. People have said this is a game changer. This will forever change the industry. Do you feel that is fair?
Oh, it had to be. He also had to have screens built. He added like 1,000 movie screens around the country because 3D had to come back and had to be the new 3D.
Right.
As we were filming, we would come back, say, like about 2 months later and kind of go, that whole stuff that we did before, it's obsolete.
Wow.
We'll never be doing that again. Because as they were doing it, they kept discovering new and more efficient ways to do things. And some other person came up with a little chip or a little, you know, I'm not a scientist or anything like that, but they kept coming up with stuff that was now, this is the new thing, the way it's going to go.
Beyond the technology, though, I want to deal with some misperceptions of people like, well, it's all animated and you're just a voiceover on this. But that's not the case.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Oh, I recognize your voice right away. You did this voice animation. It's not the case. You're dressed in black suits. You look like a surfer guy. You're covered in sort of digital points that recognizes the folds in your body. We worked on a giant gray box.
And so not only was there acting, it was probably the toughest because you're acting with nothing. You're in a gray box and you acting.
But for an actor, that was actually kind of fun.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's just letting your imagination go crazy. And that was, I think, really easy, especially for people who came from the theater.
Right. You played such a pivotal role because as the Queen, Moata, you welcomed in, you were suspicious, but you welcomed in the people at the same time, and that was really a game changer in this movie.
It is, and maybe a sort of setup for what might come in the future is that what does happen when you let a stranger into your fold, and it always starts off as we'll learn from you, you'll learn from us, and then other things begin to happen.
Right. Avatar, it was not big enough just becoming the highest grossing film, which it will very soon. You now have your own disease. Did you know about the Avatar blues?
You just mentioned this earlier.
This is on CNN. It's leading the newscast. People have become so infatuated with the world of Pandora. It is so beautiful when they wake up on this horrible place we live, Earth. It's flat and gray and meaningless. So people are clinically depressed now because they have Avatar blues.
Let me speak to the camera directly. I have got 1,000 different charities that will thoroughly enjoy working with you to give something back to the world if you've got nothing better to do than catch a disease from a movie. Come on, snap out of it. Okay, that's my opinion on that.
Beautifully said. And we will end with that. Congratulations on Avatar and all your success. You've done so much, but it's great to see you. It was great to see Sigourney Weaver back in this with James Cameron again. It has been.
And she looks gorgeous.
Yes, of course she does. Really but it has been a great experience for all of us. And if you haven't seen Avatar, try and find it. It's in theaters. Trust me, you have to see this movie.
Live at the Academy Awards with Carrie Ann and Chris. Sunday, March 7th, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, only on TV Guide Network.